I'm done. I don't need anything else. College football comes out. That is the rest of my free time, bro.
I'm trying to decide if I'm getting that or Madden. I'm only getting one.
Nah, you gotta get college football, man.
You think so?
I'm done. All my free time is done. No.
What about golfing?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. All the time I have left, like the time that I have left now. Like I don't know. I might have to find like a portable TV and like be able to move it outside so I can sit outside and play. Like I don't know if anything better than that. I could probably stream that. That'd probably be really cool.
Mike's job is going to do mandatory 5 days in the office on his ass. Yo, this is not a paid advertising. We're going to cut everything off before because I finally got the audio right. But this is not an ad. This Celsius watermelon lemonade, so niggerish, but so good.
It's good?
It's good.
I'm going to check it out.
Mike, I'm trying to cut down my sugar, man. Ryan had me at the crib doing pull-ups. I don't like goalpost movers. I told you I'm lying on podcast. So he wanted me to bench press this bar in his house. This shit had to be like 100 pounds. He claimed it was 45, but I don't care. This shit was 100 pounds, right? And so I was like, yo, I'm not bench pressing. Y'all see me with the jersey on in here. I'm skinny as hell, right?
Come on, Gal. Mike,
when was the last time you weighed 160?
Oh, let's see here. 8th grade?
That's what I weighed. So keep that in mind. So Ryan wants me to bench press this 100-pound bar, and I'm like, bro, I can do that, but I'm not going to. I don't need to. Plus, I was able to use the fact that I've been drinking, right? So he was like, oh, do some pull-ups. So I'm like, all right. I go up to do a chin-up. He like, nah. And then he moved it. You got to touch the ground every time. You got to go out of the way. Man, look, I don't need to know that about myself. Because I'm not fighting nobody, you know what I'm saying? But, y'all know how it goes. I do have a question.
What's up?
This is the part of my life where, last week I asked you, should I say something on air? You said no. I ignored.
Yep, you went on.
I love running yellow lights. But I was listening to some ladies, and it was actually for some work I had to do. And one of the young ladies, beautiful young lady, she kept talking about how she was a single mom. And it was sad to hear, tough to hear. But also now doing this podcast, I know the game. I know the lies. I know the scams, right? And then she started the rest of the conversation. She kept talking about how baby dad and her split custody and how.
Wait, what? No, so at first she was talking about she was a what?
She's
a single mom
who splits custody. Can you be a single mom and split custody with your kid?
No, and I wish the ladies would stop saying that. If you're receiving help, you're not a single mom. Like because we all know the assumption is single mom, deadbeat dad, not receiving any help, blah blah blah. And that's like, that's not the truth. If you are receiving help, even if it's just financial assistance, right? You really are just a single parent at that point. You're not a single mom. Even if, and I know everybody's going to disagree with that,
facts,
right? But if your lifestyle would change if you did not receive financial assistance, then you're not a single mother. You are a single parent. Now, if you can handle everything on your own and you don't need the financial assistance, then okay. But
Rihanna,
yeah, exactly right. But we know that's like the vast majority are receiving, something from the dad, because a lot of times as a father, again, we had this conversation years ago. Why men don't have custody, and a lot of it is because men are blue collar workers.
Okay,
and there's no daycare that opens at 5 a.m. for the guy that needs to be on his job site at 7.
Facts,
right? So it's like, what option do he have outside of, well, hell, I got to give the kid to the mom, right? Unless you have a community, right? Which would be your mom or your sister. And most guys don't have that because most guys aren't living in their hometowns anymore. Everybody's transit. So no, it's a terrible way to just make people be like, yo, I'm a single mom, right? Like, no, you never see a dude say if a dude says he's a single dad,
the mom is dead.
Like, she is like gone, like either metaphorically or physically, she is dead, right? Then he be like, yo, I'm a single dad. But short of that, like you would never hear a guy say that, man.
That bitch gone. Oh, I gotta stop cussing. What I gotta stop doing? What words I can't say no more?
All of them.
I think
because we gotta get our YouTube numbers up.
Facts. Maybe at the end of the year we'll have a recap and we'll say all the words I can't say. I'm not letting the B word go. I love that word. That's one of my favorite top words. I want to welcome everybody to the Black Dads Club.
I'm shaking my head.
Look, this is episode 146. My mom did call yesterday. She was disappointed the pod wasn't recorded. And I said, yo, Ma, you got to relax. You just have to relax. This is episode 146. This episode is brought to you by No Grease Premium Outlets in Northlake Mall. I will be there tomorrow. Ed want me to take some headshots at the barber, so that's gonna be fun.
That's what's up. What time?
10. Darnell ain't gonna be there. He gonna be somewhere else, which is cool. That just means all the other barbers is just gonna look at me and be like, "Yo, why you ain't got no cut?" Let me get my video. What you been up to? How's life been?
I mean, pretty good, man. I didn't do too much last week. It was nice to have the extended holiday week. I didn't really do anything. Tell you, man,
it's 4th of July,
dude. I'm waiting for college football to drop, NCAA football, and once that drop, that's all I'm going to be doing. And I'm saving money. Like, I don't want to go out anymore. I'm trying to get back down to
a country.
Yeah, to another country, man. So I'm saving money, man.
I ain't going nowhere with none of y'all.
I look at it this way. I'll be like, yo, I'm saving $75 at a time, man. Like, if I don't go
good.
out, like $75 you're saving.
Oh, last week we went out to eat and I didn't drink. I don't know why. Man, that bill was like a third of what it usually be. And I was like, yo, they killing us on drink prices, man. And I got to cut back on my drinking anyway. So like, I started that like last week. You asked what I've been doing. I actually joined the gym. On Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta get in shape, man. Like after my last trip, yeah, I was like, okay, I got it. And like falling from a dog bite, I was like, yo, I'm getting old. I need to work on my core. It's like I gotta get my core.
Yo, that Chihuahua got Mike in the gym.
Yeah, I'm telling you, hey, between the Chihuahua and let's just say traveling.
You said, let me get back to it.
I gotta get in shape.
All right, here we go.
Annoying is it having to tip everyone for doing everything?
It's getting out of control.
It's insane.
I come from the restaurant business, and I understand that is where it really originates. The restaurant owners are able to have like less wages, so then you're putting it onto the customer to pay the wait staff, but it's a tough business, so it's like you can't have restaurants paying out these insane wages for all these workers, or else they wouldn't have none. It works in that setting, but you go to an Islander game, and you go up to this bar, they're just pushing out these huge bottles of beer. There's really no service. They're just handing it to you. And every single time, the first option is 20%, 22%, 24%. It's out of control. Every time I go up there, I got to give you another one. And they don't give you any option. What are you going to hit the other and then zero?
Bro, but it works. At least for me, because they're preying on my niceness. I don't know what to do. Like when I get coffee in the morning, 20% for the coffee. And I'm like, yep, what am I supposed to do?
How annoying is it?
That is the problem, though. They are preying on your niceness. We kind of briefly talked about this last week, and this is the thing. We're not anti-tipping. I don't want anybody. I mean, our biggest sponsor is the service industry. All right, our only sponsor is in the service industry. So we're not anti-tipping. We do need to have a come together meeting on what should we tip, what's tipping etiquette, and why do y'all start at 20%?
Okay, so we could do it here. We don't have to, I think it should be 18, 20, 25. And then
I think we need to bring 15 back.
Oh gosh, no.
We need no. We need
No. We can't do that.
To his point, if I am walking up and picking up the drink, you're literally just turning the nozzle.
Oh,
not putting head on my beer and handing it to me, bruh.
Yeah, I think
should be a dollar tip.
Oh, facts. I think bars are different than restaurants.
Yeah.
Bars, it should be $1 per drink. That's it. That's the max.
Yeah.
No more than that. Like,
I mean, unless it's like a mixologist. Here's the thing: if I'm having to walk up and pick it up from you,
fair.
We need to come to an amount. It need to be an agreed amount, right?
$1 drink and none on beer.
If you bring it to me, okay, 15%, right? If I come and pick it up from you, I don't know. I almost want a discount for that.
Yeah,
I almost want a discount for it. We take out orders and like grabbing a beer is blowing me right now. I do not know what is the correct tip amount.
You know, my least favorite is when you could tip the kitchen. I'm like, what? And I get it, because certain restaurants you could tip your server and you could tip the kitchen. But your server is going to look at you crazy if you say, here's 10% for you, and I'm going to get a kitchen 10%, and that's 20%. They're going to look at you like you're ridiculous.
Well, if you did that, right, and you just automatically added 20% on the bill, I would think that would be reasonable. Mm-hmm. But if you like, all right, I need you to tip this person, and I'm adding a service fee, and I'm doing this.
Well, how do you feel about automatic gratuity?
I don't mind it if it shows up on the receipt, right?
Okay.
So, because a lot of times it's like, it'll give you a place where you tipping, and then you really like you don't see the automatic gratuity until after you filled out the tip amount, right? So here's the thing: like if you're doing automatic gratuity, right? Don't put a tip thing down there at the bottom.
Facts.
Right? Stop trying to get over, man. When it comes to tipping, it's not like we're upset about.
Somebody from Jason's Deli called me. That's a curve.
Yeah, it's like we're not upset about tipping, but I don't know what the culture is. Takeouts and picking up drinks from beers from the bar.
Yeah.
We got to come to a number.
I wish that we can get back to 18, 20, 25. That'd be cool. I did get some pushback from a group that I can't say because I'm not a snitch, but they did not like me saying you don't tip escorts. And it was a group of dudes. And I just was like, yo, when I see y'all in person, it's up.
We need to have that conversation in person. All the guys need to come out.
Yeah, because I'm not, I'm not.
Well, you're not seeing any escorts in general,
no,
right?
Besides photoing.
Yeah.
And they don't tip me, so I'm not tipping them.
Why would you tip
your photographer?
No, an escort. I mean,
if she could, they said the conversation was when you're in these other countries where the price is already low and you could tip them and it won't hurt.
That's tricking. That's not tipping. Like, and that's the problem is that everybody has mixed up what simping and tricking is, right? The point of the trick is to let you know that, like, hey, you are servicing me. This is on me. The simping is like the reverse of that. The simping is I'm trying to keep you away from everybody else, so I'm leading with my wallet. All right, like so, it's not a tip, right? It's one of those things where it's just like, yo, you crushed it. Yo, here you go. I might want to see you tomorrow.
You crushed it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if it's a good job, it's a good job. And that rarely happens when you prepay. If I'm being honest, you rarely prepay for it, and it blows your mind.
Prepaying a sex worker is
it's
wow.
like, well, I mean, you got to prepay because you got to have it on the desk, like next to you.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, no.
So technically, it's prepaid, but you collect. It's like it's the rules of etiquette.
Y'all, I told my wife about the scam we said, about the the deposit scams. She was like, yo, that's a good idea.
That takes too much. I cannot.
You get a couple of these young boys who ain't doing nothing. Yeah. Sitting at home watching Castanet.
I really
fake blow up his house.
Yeah, I rather drive somewhere like that's too much.
Hey man, Ryan Garcia, is he sane or is he not?
No, he's not sane. He's been hit in the head way too many times.
What happened with Ryan Garcia?
He's on drugs. Absolutely, he just failed the drug test.
Oh yeah, he did fail that.
and that what kills me is what's going on with Ryan Garcia. All right, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is love. Like sometimes it seems like people, they're not really fans of the person that they pretended to love. They just hate the other person. So I was gonna drag something else out that we've been talking about for the last month, but I'm not gonna do it today.
Race.
Well, sorta about our rap stars, our rap friends.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not gonna do that today. But the thing was, so I wonder, at first it really seemed like everybody was like they love Ryan Garcia, and I'm like, okay, Ryan Garcia is a good boxer. He's not a great boxer, right? Like
Fact.
Him, Lomo, they're about the same. Devin Haney I would say Devin Haney is going to be closer to like Shakur and Boots than Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia to me is closer to Lomachenko.
Okay.
So when I look at everybody like cheering on Ryan, knocking out Devin Haney, it is low key coming across as anti-black dad because Devin Haney dad is always there for him. His dad is always, speaking up for him. It allows Devin to be more of the good guy, the good kid. And I don't think y'all like that. Not like our audience, right? But I'm talking about like America. I don't think y'all like that the dude with the solid dad that shows up and stand in his corner. I don't think y'all really rock with that, which is crazy because Ryan Garcia dad is the exact same way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that. I think, you know what? I go to this about boxing. Boxing has been so trash and watered down. We don't have the superstars no more, multiple, that now we just making mid-level people great. Like when they try to make us think that Vince Carter and Kobe was the same person.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And then Vince Carter, I love you. Come on the show one day.
True.
But it's like we get there, right? And then it's like, all right, cool. So for those who not know, Ryan Garcia, apparently he's been wilding out. He was wilding out before the fight.
Yes.
Right after the fight, he failed a drug test, which for me, I wrote you and Baraka. My first thing was like, yo, so what happened to everybody that bet? Ryan Garcia won. He plays a bunch of money.
The bets are gone. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm Vegas, Ryan Garcia got to go.
Well, and that's probably why he's suspended. Like more than like it probably has nothing to do with Ryan Garcia using
being racist.
The N-word with an A and an ER and whatever drunken rant he was going on. But here's the thing about Ryan Garcia, because I believe Ryan Garcia, obviously I know he's Latino, but I think he's Mexican, right?
I don't know. We should call Ben. They share the same last name.
Yeah. So I wonder if I don't know if you could do that.
That
but one of the points that somebody made was like, have anybody from like that community that always like to be like, oh, the black and brown coalition, right? And has anybody called out Ryan Garcia for his anti-blackness? And I didn't see it. I really, the only person that seemed like called him out for it was the WBC commissioner, which I think, more to your point, I don't think he cared about the racism. I think it was if he actually bet and he failed and and Vegas had to deal with some of their whales because of that, I think that's why he got suspended.
Facts. But I mean, I don't know what we expect. What we expect.
Somebody get hit in the head for a living?
Nah, what we expect the black and brown coalition to do.
Because it's always called upon, like the black people, right? Like, y'all not supporting Palestine, or y'all not supporting Israel. And it's just like, yo, we got our own stuff going on right now, right?
We always fall for the okie doke.
Yeah,
our people.
Like throw the flag around your profile, right? But anytime it comes to like when anybody else does anything, to the blacks, ain't really nobody really says anything.
That is true.
Like it really had to be super racist. Like Ryan Garcia had to go on a drunken or high rant where it was just like, is he okay? One, and two, like is this okay to say? And then the commissioner was just like, all right, yeah, you can't box for a year.
So all right, I know they suspended him for a year, then they expelled him. So how long is this expulsion? Like, how long is that gonna be?
I think it's based around those bets, bro. I think Vegas. I think your point is a salient point, but I don't think with sports betting being as big as it is, it's something that you can really talk about because you don't want to start ever refunding bets after they've been paid out.
Oh, facts.
And you're never going to recollect the bet back.
Never.
And then you can't suspend people because they placed the bet and then they complain. So,
but you know what you can do? Make them disappear.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Vegas good for that.
Yeah. He could just be like, yeah, you can't come around the money anymore. Say what the NBA did with Porter, right?
Poor guy.
They were just like, yo, you're done. You're out. You're out.
What a rough year. You know what? I don't mean to jump to sports. That Bron thing and Bronny being on the Lakers is never going to be a big deal to me.
No.
Because we don't say nothing about Giannis' brother. Giannis got his coach fired. his coach, they were winning. They was the number one team in the East, and his coach was talking spicy to his brother, and that nigga lost his job.
Yeah, insane, right?
Insane. And
they have a Tiana's mixtape like on Twitter,
the greatest mixtape,
right? That shows like all like him actually playing basketball well, which is the joke because he typically don't play basketball well.
It's the greatest shit.
I mean, he plays better than us, obviously, but I mean, he's professional.
He better be.
Hey, wait. Is he even on the? Wait, is he on the Greek national team? Is his brother on the?
I doubt it.
Please tell me. There's no way in hell that Giannis' brother is not on the Greek national team. I'm about to look at the Greek national team right now.
Absolutely, because we about to play.
No.
So there's a great debate now because Swizz Beats signed a deal with Elon Musk for Verzuz to be on X.
Yeah.
And people like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And to announce that on Juneteenth.
Bro, I got a message from him. He was a little upset with me. I'm actually supposed to talk to Swizz sometime. I was supposed to talk to him, yeah, because I'm gonna tell you why. So when they were doing Verzuz, an associate of theirs, Timbaland and Swizz, said, you guys need to do this with Fanbase. And they wound up doing the deal with Triller. And then they got screwed over by Triller.
Yeah.
And then
we didn't really hear about that.
I think Swizz had maybe taken something that I said the wrong way when that whole situation was going down. He felt a type of way, and I said that before, that people always ask me, well, why are they not doing it on, Fanbase? And then when they did it with X, and I'm like, the stuff that Elon says is ridiculously racist and inflammatory, the things that he supports, And so I think that it was, the wrong move to make. But I felt they did what they needed, that they had to do. But Swizz reached out and said we need to have a conversation. I'd like to talk, because I think, everybody was mad at him. I was like, you don't gotta, you don't gotta comment to me. It's way more people. I'm the least of your worries right now. You check your own page.
Let me ask you this: what is Fanbase?
So fan
Is it just
base,
like Triller?
So I don't really know a lot about Triller. I do follow Isaac Hayes the third.
Okay.
So Isaac Hayes the third is actually Isaac Hayes, just like it sounds. That's his dad. And like he did music like back in the day with some of the Atlanta groups when they first came out. So that's his claim to fame. He's a producer in Atlanta. But he created Fanbase, where you can go live on Fanbase. It's almost like what are those? What's the site where people used to do they do the animation like the Spider-Man kid? What is that?
Oh, it's like Twitch.
Yeah, it's like yeah. So it's similar
about to get his ass whooping.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so it's like you go live or whatever. So like our platform, if there was enough people that's on Fanbase, they go on there, and I think you got to subscribe. But it's like that subscription is what allows people to like donate, or your likes and stuff they pay for. Great idea, but market might be a little bit saturated. And like Isaac Hayes is always he's basically always saying like, we need our own platform.
Facts.
And I think I think he got the idea from, what was the audio room that was real big? And we made it big, right? And then it just fell off. And then Clubhouse, right? Yeah. So and then Twitter did like the Spaces. So he basically did like a Clubhouse for video. So good idea, but being that he's a black founder, black CEO in the tech space, and probably being that a little bit coming from that musical background, no one really takes you seriously. So he's running into the growth problem of trying to get money.
Another app that was like that. It used to be for the battle rappers. It's called Caffeine. Drake was behind it. It was the same exact thing. Yeah, like that you're talking about. What it sounds like Fanbase, but you know what their problem was? Which is, I'm gonna shoot Swizz and them some bill. Caffeine, so Smack, who do battle rap, right? So they went to Smack and said, "Yo, put all of you. We know you have an app. Put all of your battles on our thing. So now people can come. Like you said, they have to sign up. It's free because you own up subscribers. But you selling ads and everything. And then what happens is, then you start doing tiers. It's it's stuff like that for paying. But what started happening was they started passing out all this money from their people.
Yeah. The investors' money.
Spotify
did the same thing.
And all the people they hired, none of them started turning in videos. None of the battle rappers were doing what the fuck they was supposed to do with the money. And like they were supposed to create content on there. Yeah. And they just folded. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if people don't create content, but you can't also give people that blank check.
You can't,
as well, because then people be like, I don't feel like really doing anything today, and I can still, go to Steak 48 for lunch.
Absolutely.
So that's just not going to work. But it's two questions that when I saw this, right? One, for him to reach out, I agree, right? Like if he reaches out to Verzuz and say, hey, why don't you pull Verzuz to my platform, right?
Yeah,
that definitely would have blew up Fanbase. Right, people would have been like, "Damn, we all on Fanbase." But does he have the money to pay them? What? Because I think Triller paid them. And I know it had to be at least 8 figures because the settlement was for I think like 28 million. Right, and they got Verzuz back from Triller. Yeah. So I don't know how much Triller was supposed to pay him, but they did get it back, and they got an 8-figure settlement. So does Fanbase would Fanbase have that kind of money to say, "Hey, I want you guys to pull Verzuz over here," or being that you're a founder and that's your baby, are you willing to say, "Hey, I'll give you guys 70% of my business to pull that over here"?
It's tough because it's one of those things where it's like, this is the argument that we always have when we look at kids going to play ball, and it's like, yo, why don't you go play basketball? Zion, why don't you go play basketball at FAMU versus Duke?
Yeah,
and do it for the culture.
Yeah.
And then it's like, damn, is it worth it?
But when you check out Caffeine, though, right? Doing it for the culture, right?
Yeah, and it's
you paid all that money, and then nobody showed up to work.
Yeah, and so I guess if I'm Isaac Hayes, I have to understand But if I'm him, I'm also like, nobody's on Triller either. But you know, part of the thing with Swizz and them with Triller was like, yo, you're gonna buy into the company.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna own some of the company. But now the smack in the face comes in and is like, yo, we're gonna mess with Elon now. And it's like, all right, bro. Because let's keep it real. Versus is done. Like, I mean, it's not done. We can relive it, but it's been such a break.
It has been a break. The momentum is gone.
Yeah,
but
y'all don't need the money.
Yeah. But him putting that on, because I think Elon's looking at it whereas like, hey, I could do live music concerts, have two, because you've never had two people on the stage at the same time doing the concert. Nah. Like they might come and do a duet or do the song that they have together.
You talking about Verzuz?
No, I'm saying like in concerts in general.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like the concept was a new concept, right? I know it's simple, but you've never had where you've had Jay-Z and Kanye on the same stage like they did in Watch the Throne, right? Like that was sort of new at the time, right? But when you talk about Verzuz, it was like the ideal of almost battling, right? Yeah. So battle rap, battle singer, 2 stars, and so I do think that Elon's looking at that, and I think he's looking at it beyond rap. I think he's looking at it with like everything. Now, you can't tell me that Elon was not in on the joke of Juneteenth. Oh, that was like that was his inside joke. That was him and the PayPal mafia. You know, I would love to read that group chat because him releasing that on Juneteenth, I think Swizz and Timbaland might have missed it because I think they were looking at the check.
I don't think they missed it. I think they missed the joke, but I think they thought it was dope. Yo, we're gonna announce that we coming back on Juneteenth. Come on. Like that sounds right on brand. Like, you know, whatever, man. I meant to bring this up months ago or weeks ago. Shout outs to the brother that went on that balloon popping show. I'll be glad when this trend is done and dead. But the guy who went on there, he had locks. He was a fraud analyst. And them girls popped the balloon before he got to his 3rd sentence.
Yeah, that was
because he was nerdy.
Yeah. He was a normal guy.
Not even that. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Like for all intents and purposes. Every girl that popped the balloon, every woman that popped the balloon on him, he gave each one of them a compliment. He called each one of them pretty. He said, thank you. I understand. And I'm taking your criticism in jest and I'm going to look at it when I get done. One of the girls was like, yo, your patterns, your clothes don't match. Like whatever. I'm just not in it. He was like, okay, so should I change the shirt? That would have been better. She's like, yeah. He's like, all right, cool. I'll think about that next time. Which got me to the, it's amazing to hear so many women get out here outside and be like, yeah, I was kind of into like the douchebags. I was kind of into the assholes, the drug dealers. And I guess I kind of, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to say this out. I kind of just saw myself because I always was just like a good guy growing up. Like I never was in the streets.
Yeah.
I don't even smoke weed. Like, you know, I'm just that guy. I was never, so getting in trouble was never that. And then it's like, damn, to see all the chicks who like, these chicks was pop. But now I am going to say this. I ain't mad at them popping their balloons when they was found out this nigga was like a fraud analyst. But it made because some people just like, you know, one thing I laughed, one of our listeners, he does insurance fraud.
Yeah.
And he was like, bruh, people, they just understand that my investigation skills is like top notch. Like he's like, because once I do whatever, he's like, my job is after I talk to you is to go figure out if you lying or not.
Yeah.
He's like, I love social media. That's why I work it so well. He's like, I be on people's Facebooks watching them out at day parties when they leg supposed to be broke. And he was like, bro, I called him on Monday and be like, hey, your shit is canceled. Like your claim is denied. And they be like, why? He was like, well, you was out yesterday because your homegirl posted you shaking your ass at Kitchen and Cocktails. So, you know, whatever. My favorite part of the show, I am here to lie. Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at No Grease Barbershop, conveniently located at North Lake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. No Grease Premium in North Lake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, No Grease Premium in Northlake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at No Grease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit No Grease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or Northlake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you. This is actually a real question. It actually came in. This is from a group chat that I am not supposed to say nothing about. But we do got a question from, shout out to Cam, man, for submitting this question. Question, what's going on, fellas? My boy is getting married early next year, and he invited me on his bachelor trip. Okay, that sounds like a good time. The only problem is my newborn will be between 4 to 6 weeks old. I've only been married for 8 months. What's the odds my wife will be letting me go?
0%. Don't even ask. 0%. It's the easiest question we ever get here. 0%. Unless you're trying to get divorced. 0%.
Oh yeah. The percentage of you going to divorce court is higher than you going.
Than her giving you a yes. Way higher. Answer's no.
This is a no.
Yeah.
You know what's
how old would a kid be?
Between 4 to 6 weeks. Real shit. That is the real. I didn't lie about that part. I lied about something else in this question, but that's not the part.
Yeah, no, bro. The answer's no, man. She could be tired, bro.
No, it ain't no. She could.
Yeah, she's going to be tired. Kid might be sick. Kid, might not sleep through the night. It's so many things, like, dude. And then you somewhere having fun.
Oh my gosh,
and she's tired,
bro. Her stitches ain't even came out yet.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like for the sake of your life, no,
don't go.
Don't even ask. Like
two things. You would not have been getting ass for 6 weeks. So you think she gonna let you go somewhere with some free ass walking around?
Yeah.
That's a no. 2, here's my other part. Don't even ask.
Yeah.
Women, you ask this now, you won't hear about this till after your kid is 13.
Oh yeah, it is. You gonna keep hearing about it forever. Yeah, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yeah, man. Sometimes your boys look, I missed out on Rio because I had a newborn.
It was fun too.
They still talk about it to this day. Yeah. But you know what I could not do? Be 14 hours away with a newborn in Rio.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. There ain't no way.
Ain't no way. And plus, you might be too tired on the trip anyway. 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be so tired.
No, I would have my energy up in Rio. Yeah. And definitely probably would have got divorced way quicker than I got divorced. The answer's no.
Look, the answer is no. Sorry we couldn't help. Or I think we did help.
Yeah.
We saved your marriage.
Protect your family, bro. Like, you a husband now. First and foremost, the most important thing is going to be your wife and kid. Everything else comes in secondary, bro.
And the most important part, or not the most important part, but probably top 5 is picking your battles in your marriage.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like, that might be number 1.
Yeah,
that might be it. Picking your battles might be ahead of not cheating in your marriage. It's like,
he said might be.
Yeah, it might be ahead of that, bro. Like,
yeah, providing, picking your battles, cheating.
Yeah,
yeah, those are 3. That is like, bro, picking your battles will save a headache.
Yeah, bro. Like, no, that answer is no. And be prepared for your boys to rub it in.
Oh, facts.
They're going to rub it in.
Because I'm definitely sending you pictures on this trip.
Exactly. And it's like 4 to 6 weeks, so he might not be getting done for real. Like,
oh, he's not gonna be getting done. You can't.
You can slide in 6 weeks.
Yeah, right at 6 weeks.
Like right there. You probably slide a little bit.
Why they say you can't go earlier?
I mean,
infections.
I don't know. I'm not answering a health question on the pod where people love to rip us if we're
Facts.
off 1%.
Absolutely. But I will say this: that 6 weeks when you slide back in there,
woo,
fertile. She gonna be fertile. Don't slip up and have another kid.
That thing be warm.
Yeah,
that thing be warm.
You know, you preheat the oven and you open and your glasses get fogged up.
Yeah, that thing be warm, boy.
Get ready for it. But I will be sending
and
you
she
pictures.
like you again too.
Oh, facts. But she ain't gonna like you if you out the country.
No,
with some loose ass walking.
No, but she's not like you.
Oh. I love this part. Yeah, man. Cam, I hope we was able to help you. Do not think that you're going nowhere. Be prepared for your boys, including me, to post pictures of us on the trip. So for those who not know, I was in a group chat and this question came up, and I told him, I said, I'm throwing you under the bus. I won't say who, Ryan. He tried to give him an out and say, yo, you should, this is possible. You should see.
It is not possible.
Yeah. And
it is not possible. It is Superman versus Kryptonite. It's not impossible.
I literally pulled Ryan to the side when I saw him. I said, "Why would you say that? That is a lie." And he was like, "Nah, but you know." I said, "Bro,
don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro.
You can't ask your wife why she in postpartum and be like, yo, man, I think I'm about to go to the DR, to Rio. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm about to just get up out there. What? Oh, man. Go ahead, split up assets, go to the moderator, and show the moderator what you was playing.
No, don't show up, because then you're going to lose everything. Yeah. No.
Yo, tell the moderator, be like, yo, this what happened.
Can you imagine that, man? Your wife got a 6-week kid, and you like, yo, I'm going down to the DR.
Yo, go ahead. Yo.
Oh man, could you even imagine? Oh
Bro,
Lord,
can you imagine what your mother-in-law gonna say to you?
Man, what your mom is gonna say to you? You told your mother-in-law.
Your mom gonna go and apologize to your wife. That's what's gonna happen. This is such a bad idea. Now I'm just saying this out loud, even 3 times over.
It is a terrible idea.
Hope we help. Don't do this shit at home. Hold on.
You can have too many standards.
Wait
this
a minute.
One girl, she was cool. I liked her at first.
Mm-hmm. At first.
But every time we talked, you need to plan a date.
Yes.
You need to plan a date. You need to plan a date. I couldn't have a damn conversation on the phone with you without, you need to plan a date. Man, I'm not finna keep planning a date. Like, dude, how many dates? I took you on 2.
You need to.
After two,
I know them.
After I gave you, you know them type of women I'm talking about. I gave you 2 full plan a date, get to know each other. After that, you can come watch this TV with me.
Oh my gosh.
If you like me, stop it. And I'll cook some. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, you don't really like me. I'm not finna keep going outside every time because I need to plan a date. I want to be courted. Well, you gonna court your ass right to the bench.
But you know
Facts.
what that is, that she been hurt.
No, she ain't been hurt. I hate when. Ooh, this is why I gotta keep using the B word.
Who's wrong here? The woman that's saying keep planning the date, or the guy that's saying you can come over after 2 days?
If I'm subsidizing your lifestyle and I decide to stop, I'm never wrong. Now I might be corny, but I'm never wrong.
This is true.
She not doing this because she hurt. I want to get to that last part. She's doing this because I don't want to feel used and I'm hungry.
And she really don't like him. I think the biggest thing the guys got to understand is if a woman likes you, all the rules get thrown out.
Facts.
Every standard that she have, that thing is thrown out.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, they make up new rules for you. If they like you.
Yeah. Like she'll hope you take her out and be like, but I'm okay with coming over,
bro.
So
facts.
But so I think, look, whenever I see a guy and he's like, I see him doing way too much in the beginning because obviously like he's out of his weight class.
Facts.
I don't feel bad. Mm-hmm. Right? But I understand what he's saying, right? Because evidently he's playing two really good dates. Mm-hmm. And like I said this to like a couple homegirls, actually a few homegirls. Everybody was just like, they always say the same thing. The dates don't have to be expensive. You can plan things, right? So, and I'm like, all right. I said, so as a guy, if you was like, all right, we're gonna go to Whitewater Center, have like music out there, and then you say, okay, we're gonna go karting, which is not cheap, right? And I was like, but it's nothing where you got to get dressed, right? It's just a lot of things, right?
Mike trying to see if his girl physical.
Yeah, like, right? It's symphony in the park, you know what I'm saying, at South Park or whatever. And I was like, if a dude actually took the time to plan like 3 or 4 dates, right? Picnic and freedom, which is not cheap. I don't know if y'all ever tried to have a picnic. It is not cheap to have a picnic. The basket itself you got to get is like $60. Then you got to get wine. That's 20. Like, it's not cheap. It's like $200 to have a decent picnic in the park.
So glad I'm married.
All right. So I like, if a guy does all those things, right? I was like, would you really be like, he really put in a lot of effort in dating?
Women don't know how much stuff costs. I don't know why we keep beating around the bush. They really don't. It's just real shit, man. I remember when I was trying to holler at this girl in school. I got to put a date on it for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm married now. And I remember shorty, I asked her what she wanted. I think I told this story on here and I was like, yo, man, because we broke. Everybody broke. I'm doing, what's the little job shit called on campus?
I don't know.
Work something.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Work study.
I'm doing it at
Gavin, like I graduated from college like 2 years ago.
Mike graduated when I graduated, to be fair. We was in the same graduation. Mike didn't come. I still have your program.
You still have my program?
Yeah, I kept it for you.
Send that to my mom.
I will. You've been telling me that for 10 years to send it to your mom. I still have it.
I'm not as sentimental as my mom.
Yeah,
but no, that's cool. No,
yeah.
I did not come to the graduation.
Yeah, I know, because I was like, yo, I was reading it and I text Ez. I said, your brother supposed to be here. He's like, Mike is not coming to that shit.
Yeah, man. No, I mean, because I had, it was my second stint in school,
and so
I wasn't working at the time, so it's just like I probably was out of town.
To let everybody know, don't call me a loser in the comments. My work study was I delivered newspapers around UNCC.
I like it. It's
such a loser job.
No, man, because you get to see all the women on campus.
Man, it was at 5 a.m.
Oh yeah,
no chicks was there.
Nah, you get to see her. You get to see people sneaking out.
Exactly. And so I'm doing work study, and I remember I'm saving up my money, and you only get paid once a month. So I was talking to Shorty, and she was like, "I want to come over, like we drinking." I said, "Cool, what you want?" And she said, "Ciroc." And this was when Ciroc was $30-$40 because Puffy is at his height with Ciroc, right? Yeah. So Ciroc went from when Mike was paying $15 for it to when I'm paying $40.
Ciroc was the same price. I'm telling you, Ciroc was the same price as Sky Vodka. I kid you not.
And I remember I told Shorty, I said, what flavors you want? What flavor you want? And this is when they only had red berry and blue, right? She go, oh, I don't know what flavors they got. I said, hold on, have you ever bought this? She said, nah,
but you about to buy it though.
Yeah, and I was just like, yo. And since then, I realized I told the story when me and Teak went out in Atlanta, and she thought us going to Atlanta strip club was gonna be $150.
I would agree that women do not know what things cost.
They don't know what shit costs.
But I think men simp out way too early. So instead of a man, holding his frame and just saying, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do," right? Or even more than that, letting the woman know, like, "Hey, you got us tonight."
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how much you want a woman. You gotta be able to say that to her when you date her. Because if you don't, she is going to press the gas.
Oh, fact.
Like, she's gonna press the gas. So you gotta throw that out there just so she'll be like, ooh, he might make me pay tonight.
Man,
let me chill.
He better come over here and get this hamburger and help her.
You gotta. If you're unwilling to ask a lady to do that, especially in the United States where equity, equality, and inclusion is a thing, you have to be comfortable.
Oh, we lying for real for today. What's the worst meal a woman ever made for you? This is not on the board.
The worst meal?
Yeah, that Shorty trying to holler at you, and she was like, "Yo, let me cook," and let y'all know Mike is the cook.
Yeah. So like, if a woman can't cook, I don't even ask. Like, I don't even ask. So like the women in my lives that I've actually, like, even like when women say, "Hey, I want to cook for you, come over," I'd be like, Like, I gotta kind of see your dishes for a while before because look, my first girlfriend, I mean, I'm like 17, 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
That girl was a chef. She could sell plates right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, and now my second girlfriend could not cook at all. She was actually Puerto Rican. She could not cook at all.
See, I ain't gonna say nothing. Let it fly.
Yeah, so so I love to cook. I don't mind. So I can't really see what the worst dish is because my whole thing is like, I'd be like, yo, make me a drink. Like, you got to be a mixologist. If you can't cook,
oh yeah,
you got to be a mixologist. Like, you got to go over there and spend 10 minutes and make me a drink and bring it to me.
10 minutes, god dang. I had a chick, man. She made me chicken, man. That shit was white.
How you do?
The skin it wasn't cooked. I don't know what the hell she did. I know I ain't talked to her no more. It was cool. Then I just realized, I'm like, this ain't gonna be for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my next girl, she went to culinary school. So
it is. I will say 2 dates and expecting a young lady to come over. Like, the expectation, like, yo, I'm gonna take you on 2 dates and now I expect you to come over. I think y'all guys, like, I don't think it should be a number. I mean, I think you really should understand if a woman's attracted to you.
And also, you got to be smoother than that. Netflix and chill is done. I think that is dead. I think it died when I was in high school. Matter of fact, no, excuse me. It died probably around, I went to college in 2007. So probably about 2010, it was cooked. Like, you had to be smooth. Now I'm hoping dudes is out there like, yo, I'm cooking. Do you want to come over?
If a woman is interested in you, she's coming, right? Yeah. So if she's not automatically coming, right? She wants to be courted. I don't think there's anything wrong with courting women, being nice to women. That's not simping. Simping is when you're trying to spend money because you're like, well, shit, I want to be the number one guy. I don't want her spending time
the highest bidder
with anyone else. Exactly, right? That's where you're simping. But it's nothing wrong with you guys. Like, you can court a woman, right? Like, if you want her to come over, man, like, yo, like, whip up some dishes and like post that shit to Instagram and
that's
shoot
fun.
it over
Oh my
to her
gosh.
and just be like, you know,
They fiend ass.
like what, like yo, what's your favorite dish? Or you know, or have her message you like, bro. Courting is the ideal of you're convincing that person that they should be with you.
Your DM's gonna be
right.
full.
So like, if you could do that, like do that. Dudes aren't smooth anymore. They're not assertive. And you know what? I'll take this blame of Generation X. Gavin used to say for the longest that like Generation X, like
the worst.
We did. And you know what? I used to fight it because I'm like, I'm thinking of guys like myself. But then I forgot about all the parts of Generation X that we didn't fuck with. And those guys exist and they've had kids. And now I have to concede the point a little bit because I'm like,
try to tell you.
I'm like, yo, but see, also my generation, we didn't do the generation thing, right? Like we had boomers. They didn't even give us a good name. They were just like Generation X. Like we were like, yo, that's not even cool. Everybody else got great names.
Yeah.
Like even the groups after us, they're like, yo, millennials, zillennials. We're just Generation X. Like, and it's like, yo, we never felt that we was a generation of we came in a period where everything in the country was changing, right?
Okay.
We came in a period where if your mom was at the hair salon and you know you call up there and be like, hey, I need to talk, because you didn't have no cell phone, right? So you be like, yo, can I get my mom? And they'd be like, oh baby, your mama left 30 minutes ago. And then you be like, okay, well, grandma lives 20 minutes away. You call your grandma's house, you be like, grandma's mom over there? And she be like, no baby, she over there at your aunt house. And you call your aunt house, you be like, oh no baby, she just walked down to your grandma. Like that's we grew up in a generation that went from you had to play telephone and ride your bikes and like leave your bikes at the edge of the road but not get ran over by cars to a generation of like, you know, everything now is like, you know, Netflix and iPads and cell phone. So we are disconnected from like both generations. So we never really connected with each other. So our men would be like, yo, damn, that's gonna be a sorry ass dude right there, lady. Stay away from him. Like we didn't do that. I admit we did not do that because we thought that it was obvious.
Nah. Also, if you do get her over there, do not watch Worst Roommate Ever. It is a new doc on Netflix. Amazing, beautiful. I will say this. A lot of these docs I'm watching, a lot of the victims and abusers are like white women, and it's getting interesting.
There's a lot of them in this country, man. Like, I think sometimes we underestimate how many
black men don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows. Well, this is us. This is a safe space. Black men are scared of white women. I don't know why nobody act like we can't say that out loud. But when white women start getting scared, bro, let me tell you how crazy it is. This one chick,
yeah, because I'm not even gonna comment on it.
It is. It's the truth, man. We scared them. I don't know why we could just say it. But when they get scared of each other, it is game over. And I'll say this. One of the episodes on Worst Roommate Ever, right? Shorty is having a child. Her child is, you know, they do all the tests, find out her child is going to be autistic. Sadly enough, the child's father dips. Before the baby even get here, he runs off, right?
White dad or black dad?
These is all white folks.
Okay.
Well, not one person of color in this video.
Because somebody in the comment section, they'll nail that. Because you know they're trying to make that a story now, right? That like if black dudes that have babies with white women are like 97% deadbeats, which there's no numbers on that. That is a fake article, by the way.
Absolutely. Like most of the shit they be quoting.
Exactly.
But so she runs off. She moves in with a girl. She's living with a girl who she met a few years before. And she puts the woman who she's living with as the beneficiary on this new life insurance policy.
What though?
So this chick for the next 5 years tries to kill her. So
how much was the policy? How much was the policy?
$500,000. But
was she trying to kill herself?
No, this chick was trying to kill her.
By letting someone know that I got a $500,000 policy,
damn near,
and you're the beneficiary.
Let me tell you how crazy it was. The chicks, they bonded before the kid got here. They bonded over watching true crime shows. Now, the chick who had the baby used to be an ex-nurse. And so she used to tell her roommate, like, yo, that showed up in the autopsy because they didn't use this. They should have used this medicine. It would have thrown everybody off. They would have got away with it. And the chick is like, huh. So the chick started buying all this shit. Her favorite thing was to give the girl insulin when she wasn't a diabetic. So her sugar dropped into single digits. And it was by the grace of God that the 4 times she tried, she didn't die. And she gave this chick MRSA. She gave her all types of stuff.
That's insane.
And she only got caught because the girl went on the black web. It's right when COVID starts.
Yeah.
And so now the government is looking at medicine and diseases as by, like basically like weapons of mass destruction, basically, because it's COVID and you trying to get people sick. That's the only reason why. And so they're checking for it. And they see some chick buying it, and they like, yo, why is she buying this? Like, because whatever drug she got, if you have the disease, you could just go to the doctor. There's no need to buy this on the black market unless you're trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So
further proof that the government runs the dark web.
Absolutely. Like, the dude made it clear. He's like, yo, we sit on there all day. And he was like, we just ship you fake stuff and go arrest you.
Yeah.
And so when they go to her and be like, yo, shorty been trying to kill you, she is on the camera like, no, she's not. And so she's like in the interview, they have it live and everything. It was crazy.
What is this on? I might have to watch this.
Netflix.
Yeah,
right, don't watch that on Netflix and chill, because y'all gonna be kikiing over there and sure they're gonna try to kill you. That is the new doc I've been watching.
Here's the thing: if you're going to, if you want to watch a TV show with the young lady that is interested in coming over, like just find out like what shows she watched prior, and do like a series. Right, don't do like a movie, because like when the movie's over, now it's like, oh well, what are we gonna do? Have you been smooth enough to convince her to stay, or is she about to leave? But if you do a series, that shit's like 8, 9, so you got plenty of time where either you're gonna decide to do something, or she's gonna be too tired and she's like, hey, I need to go home. Like,
facts.
Series give you more time. Just some more game out here for y'all young boys, man.
Please take it. Favorite part of the show. Shout out to the sports. Team USA, they are gearing up. Super interesting. First thing before we even get there, how do you feel about Joel Embiid playing on USA versus the African team?
I mean, I honestly don't care. The boy went to, the man, I'm from the South. The man went to high school in the United States. He went to college in the United States. He's been here, I think, the majority of his life. He's been in the United States. And United States facilities, I'm probably assuming, are a lot better than, I think, Cameroon. That's where he's from.
He's from Cameroon.
Yeah, so if I'm Joe, like I know a lot of people try to use Jose Alvarado, but I think this is a little Embiid hate, and I think it's also a little bit of the anti-black misandry that goes on in the United States, because no one's really getting on Giannis for playing for the Greek team, and Giannis is more unlikely to be playing for the Greek team than Joel Embiid is playing for, because they didn't even I don't even think Giannis got a Greek citizenship until he got drafted to the NBA.
Yeah,
right.
It's like something weird. Like
yeah. So it's like they didn't even really even acknowledge the kid. Shit, might even be later than that. It might be like once he became established in the NBA.
Also, I feel like do what you want. Like I thought, homeboy going to play for Puerto Rico is dope. You Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Now he grew up here. He is from here. He from the Bronx. Of course, aren't all of them. But it's super dope. Do what you want to do. Who gives a shit? Yeah. But the big conversation is Anthony Edwards. Shout out to Ant-Man. Please stop making babies. You got to stop cursing, and they will make you who they wanted John Morant to be.
Dude, I mean, he can't. He got like 3 baby mamas now. It's too late.
Yeah,
and these guys got to understand it. And I know that sounds crazy, but bro, that imagery means something. Like you didn't know how many baby mamas Elon Musk had until he became like a super billionaire.
Yeah,
and then they were just like, yeah, Elon Musk got like 5 baby mamas, maybe more. I don't even know.
13 kids, don't he?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like,
he in double digits for sure.
So that it matters, man. That image matters, and he's doing it to himself, and I hate it for him, man. I hate it for him.
But he's a great kid. But the conversation was, who's the number one option on the team?
Yeah, so Ant said he's the number one option on the team, and I went through the roster. And I was just like, all right. So you got 2 different kind of number one options. You have take the last shot, and then you have like, yo, we're down by 6 in the 4th quarter, and I need you to take over, right?
Okay.
So what are we using here? What metric? Taking the last shot, or are you down by 6?
You can pick the metric because he's not number one for either one for me, so it don't matter.
All right.
Taking the last shot, I think it's Steph Curry, and it's not even,
Oh, even if he's older?
Yeah, yes. Nobody's a better bro. The line is moved in. Like Steph Curry, like
final shot. Yeah, we're screening for Steph. We double screening for Steph Curry
or KD. Either or.
So he's not getting the last shot, right? So
no.
All right. But okay, you need him to take over in the 4th quarter. You're down by 6. Somebody got to take over. All right. Let's go through the names. Bam, Ant.
No.
All right, we're going with Ant. Devin Booker, Ant.
I don't like Devin Booker, but so no.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Ant. Steph Curry, Ant. Down by 6. You need buckets.
That's gonna be a close, but I might go Steph. But
all right, I can see Ant here.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis down by 6. All right. Kevin Durant down by 6.
He played too slow, so it depends on how much time to go.
Still gonna go in Ant then, right? All right, Anthony Edwards. Joel Embiid.
No.
Tyrese Halliburton. No. Drew Holiday. No. LeBron James.
That's where it's gonna get tricky.
All right.
Because I put the ball in LeBron's hand because I know he's gonna make the right play. That's the thing right there. That is the thing with this as the number one option. Now, I see what Ant's trying to do. You are the young boy. You and Halliburton. I don't even know why Halliburton on the team, but whatever. But y'all have too much energy. Go run that shit up. You know when you play pickup and it's a young boy in the team and you just like, yo, you guard the best person whether you supposed to, because you're going to run.
And then we got Kawhi and Tatum. No. All right, I'm going
Tatum
Ant.
maybe.
I'm going Ant over Tatum.
Really?
Right. Yeah. Like Tatum. I mean, dude, he disappeared in the finals.
He always disappeared when it's a big game.
So, I mean, I'm going to tell you, with this team right here, I get what Ant's saying. I low-key think, like real talk, I think, because it's competition, this year.
Yeah.
I think for them to win, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think they need Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to have to be the stud for him.
I think he will be. But you know what? What's I love about this? Anthony Edwards is going to be a different person next season. People go to the Olympics and they just become better players.
Yeah.
Because the competition is high. I think you're going to be seeing LeBron and KD really near, this is the last time we're going to see them three together. LeBron, KD, Steph, probably Kawhi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like, it's going to be beautiful to see. Excuse me. I cannot wait for y'all to realize. I can't wait to see what black women going to do when they realize that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark going to be Grant Hill, Jason Kidd with the MVPs.
Yeah, I think they're going to get co-MVPs. But I'm going to be honest.
Co-Rookie of the Year. Sorry, right, y'all.
Like, co-Rookie of the Year. We saying MVPs. But real tie, Caitlin Clark, she still might be in the lead for the MVP. I know.
You think so?
I think Angel Reese caught up. But I think both of these young ladies have their teams in the playoffs right now. Like, I mean, I got Caitlin stats right now: 16 points, 6 boards, 7.4 assists.
And Angel got to be at least averaging a double-double. That's gonna be the thing.
She's definitely averaging a double-double, and like she's definitely been coming on in these last few games. But I mean, like, I think a lot of people, like, they just think like, Caitlin's not doing anything. She's 14, 12, 2 assists, 2 steals.
Yeah, that 14-12 gonna be hard to beat. I'm with you. This is what's happening. Social media will have you to think that Caitlin, because she's playing on the worst team in the WNBA, is not doing anything. And just like when I forgot who it is. I think it was Monica was like, y'all making we rooting for the black girl just so obvious. And I'm not even mad at it because
the solidarity is through the roof.
It is. I'm not mad at it.
We could learn something from them on that.
Absolutely. I'm not mad at it about that. And I'm not mad at y'all. Like, you're not trying to hide it either. So I'm never mad at somebody just showing like, we only rooting for the black girl.
But here's the thing though. The Fever, I think the top 8 teams goes to the playoffs in the WNBA, which is 75%. The Fever they're 7th right now, and the Sky is 8th. So
interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of this is, like,
hate.
It's Caitlin hate. It's Caitlin hate.
It's clearly
like,
because it's like, dog, she's hooping. She's playing on the worst team had the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah,
like,
and they're not the worst team. They're the 7th. They went from 12th to 7th.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be interesting. But I can't wait to see the uproar.
And here's the thing with Angel Reese, man. I think a lot of people forget Angel Reese was either the number 1 or number 2 player coming out of high school.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, she's always been a baller. So I'm not surprised to see her doing what she's doing. And I think Caitlin was in that same class. I think Caitlin was 4th in that class. Like, her going to Iowa was, and not don't quote me on this, but I believe it was not UConn, or maybe it was not Tennessee. But I think it was not UConn. Like, her going to Iowa was like, it became a big deal because she decided to stay home.
I will say this about Angel. I think it's beautiful to see her always taking the time out to talk and play around with the black girls who be at her games. That's super dope. And I know her PR team got to tell her, girl, you got to do it. And I'm not saying it looks forced at all because I don't believe it's forced, but I just think it's dope. Like if I had a daughter and I was at a Chicago Sky game, like out and she was there, like that's super dope.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Say, Angel Reese was always a likable player up until the LSU versus Iowa series.
Absolutely.
Like up until that, like when she was coming out, when she came out of Baltimore, she was just like the McDonald's All-American game. Like she was fun.
Yeah.
People liked her. And then, it flipped, it switched for whatever reason. Insert whatever you want to, insert there. I have those conversations in person, not in public. But it flipped for whatever reason.
Yeah. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
Miles Bridges is staying with the Hornets.
3 years, $75 million. Excellent deal for the Hornets. Excellent deal for the Hornets.
Terrible deal for Miles.
Terrible deal for Miles Bridges, man. Miles cost himself some money, bro.
Over $100 million.
Like his numbers last year. Like Paul George is 34 years old. Miles is what, 24?
Somewhere around there.
And Paul George has got 4 years, $212 million. Mm-hmm. And Miles' numbers was better than Paul George's last year.
Or at least the year before.
No, last year he averaged like 21-7. He's 26. And last year he averaged 21-7 and 3 assists out for 46% from the field. Like Paul George, who's 8 years older.
Here we go. Hopefully the math right.
Yeah, Paul George averaged 22.6 or more points, 5 rebounds, and the same amount of assists. And I can't see a shooting percentage. Let's see here. Hold on, I want to get this for you. At 47%. So you could argue that Miles Bridges was a better player than Paul George last year. And one has a 4-year, $212 million deal. One has a 3-year, $75 million deal. A lot of money either way. But Miles cost himself a lot of money.
Over $100 million.
Well over $100 million. Because, he got a suspended season. Mm-hmm. He didn't get a contract last year because they gave him, I think they gave him like the 1-year deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy, just losing his cool for however long he lost his cool, right? Probably 30 seconds has cost this guy probably $150 million.
Yeah.
That sucks. So I think there's a lesson to be learned there for all of us as men. Understanding that anger, that split second, emotion. And I get it, right? Like no one can get to you like the woman that you love. Right? The woman that you love, can say things that if somebody else said you wouldn't care, right?
Facts.
If one of your friends be like, that ain't your baby, you probably be like, that hurts, that sucks. But you probably be like, you know what, fuck you, but I'm not gonna fight you, right? Your baby mama said that ain't your baby, you take it a little bit different. you feel a little bit different. So I get it, but it's like as men, it's like, yo, man, like we got to be way more stoic because I'm great deal for both sides. I'm glad Miles got a second chance.
Now we just need to get a superstar. Real shit. I know it sounds hard, but
you got a superstar. I think Brandon Miller is a superstar. Brandon Mills is a superstar.
In the making, you think?
In the making.
Okay, you better make that clear. They're going to tear you up. They already said you can't talk music no more.
Yeah.
Dr. Will said it. I saw him in the airport.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll all sit down in the lounge on next Thursday. We'll have these conversations. Yeah. But no, I think Brandon Miller is a star. I think
he's the real deal.
I think Brandon Miller, I think y'all about to see Tracy McGrady 2.0.
Yeah, he's the real deal. I don't know who you get, man. I don't know. It's hard getting people to come to Charlotte.
Nobody's coming. Nobody's moving to Charlotte. And the reason why nobody's moving to Charlotte, Charlotte about to have the same problem that Atlanta have.
What's that?
Everybody's girlfriend lives here.
Oh, well, if you got your girlfriend in Charlotte is somebody's girlfriend in Atlanta and vice versa.
But I'm saying like a lot of athletes, like when they meet chicks and they date chicks, the ladies move to a city, right?
Absolutely.
And the guys, they're not moving you to LA, they're not moving you to New York, they're not moving you to DC, right? Because the cost is just way too high, right?
Yeah.
So you got to go to a secondary city. You got to go to Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte. So and then you don't want to play where all your girlfriends are.
No, you don't. Yeah, facts. But
that's the problem. Charlotte's about to run into the Atlanta problem.
Let me shut up. I was gonna say it's only like 10 baddies here, but let me shut up.
That you see. It is something here. They are not out because they're flying out. They're like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them out because they're flying out. So it's like
that's true.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know anyway. Faison Love, who's one of my favorite people. I hate him on the internet though. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's annoying. He says I don't like people that. I like a couple of people that sit with Vlad. Faison sits with him a little bit too much for me. And I like Tony Yayo on Vlad. But other than that, let me say this before we get to Faison. I love how Vlad was trying to convince Tony Yayo that he solved the Tupac murder. And everybody in the comments was like, hey, Vlad, everything that you got Keefe D to say on the thing was already public information through the courts. Like everybody in LA know who killed Tupac and who killed Biggie. Like all of them know. If you watch an interview with them, they all say, we know the person. These are the names.
Yeah.
And then Vlad get them to say it on camera. He's like, I solved the murder. It's like, all right, bro. Like whatever.
Sick of Vlad. This is why y'all can't get me to hate Shannon.
Facts.
Because of Vlad.
Shout out to Shannon, man. That Meg interview ain't gonna help you. Shout out to Shannon for apologizing to Meg. I thought that was big of him.
Yeah.
Plus, you're gonna have to if she's sitting there. I know that was a stipulation in the. Did you
like that interview? I struggled. I didn't finish it.
I have said this plenty of times. I don't like Tory Lanez because I don't like when short niggas try to act like they tall. And I don't believe you. Tory Lanez is one of the people I don't believe, even though Alone at Prom, the deluxe, is fire. Alone at Prom 2 or whatever that shit is fire. I listened to that shit on the plane in New York and I ran that shit back. It is amazing. I don't agree with that, but I also believe that Meg Thee Stallion is problematic. And I have noticed that about her and I don't like it. You know, there's a clip of Meg. I got to play this shit. When she tried, did you see the clip of her trying the thing?
Trying to what?
The cognac? So it's in the interview where he sips it and she goes, yeah, I'm gonna have my own thing. And I think she said, yeah, Beyonce was saying like, yeah, girl, next time I see you, you need to have your own liquor. Yeah. And she's bragging about how people know me as a connoisseur. And all the comments was like, no, girl, Beyonce called you an alcoholic and you just didn't know how to read it. And the only thing I can think of is like, exactly, when people saying, yo, you need to have your own liquor when I see you, it's like, all right, you drink too much. And which is everybody, stylists, nail tech, makeup artists have all came out and said, yo, she has a drinking problem. But Meg don't see it, whatever. But no, I'm not watching that shit. Because what you gonna say? I saw the doc.
Yeah, I got that. It was just, I could finish it.
All the girl rappers is problematic. I mean, I don't know why nobody can say it. Besides,
most rappers in general tend to be, entertainers in general tend to be problematic.
You seen Ice Spice bent over dancing on the stage,
and like she ain't want to be there,
bro. Ain't that like when the stripper be there and you be like, she be on stage and shaking her ass, and you could just tell like she like,
she at work.
Right, here we go.
She at work. Here you go. Yeah, like, oh.
That's the whole thing I kept thinking of. Anyway, Faison, he's up there. He criticized Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. Smith had an issue with BET honoring OJ Simpson. First of all, and I guess
they didn't honor it. I think it was just like in remembrance
of well, Stephen A. called it honoring. Yeah. So
okay.
How do you feel about that? First of all, how do you feel about BET remembering OJ or the people they lost and they mentioning OJ?
I mean, I don't like BET in general. Period. Point blank. So I haven't liked it since it was sold to Viacom. But I'll play the game. Here's I don't see anything wrong with it per se, because according to how we treat folks in the United States of America, OJ Simpson didn't do anything.
Facts.
Right? He was found not guilty. Yeah. So I mean,
another problematic person though.
Yeah, so it's like what do you want me like what do you want me to say? If he was found not guilty, his whole life he said that he didn't do it. I mean, this isn't my problem. So if someone want to say like, hey, let's remember OJ Simpson passing, because OJ Simpson, was a prominent black figure, but OJ Simpson was a problematic black figure, right? He never really was pro-black about anything. You can read a lot of OJ. You can read a lot of the old guys like Jim Brown or OJ and things of that nature. So, when I see stuff like this and it's by people that are, to quote y'all, not like us, right? Because that's who runs BET. They're not like us. When I see stuff like this, I low-key feel that it's intentional, right? Like it's something that you're trying to throw out there to stoke the flames, to cause a controversy. Because you could have just easily left them off and nobody would have even realized
notice it.
Right? So, you're telling me that BET, organization that is not like us, majority ran by black women, once you get past not like us, you tell me that they all came together and was just like, oh my God, let's remember OJ. Let's put OJ in here. You tell me that they did that to be nice? No, they did it to stir the pot, right? So it's like when we see rage bait, we should be able to like just step around it, right? Like, and that's how, and that's like when I saw that Stephen A is doing it. That's not even Stephen A's lane. You know what I'm saying? So I almost think that they put it in. We didn't get outraged from it, and someone told Stephen A or one of his producers like, "Hey, throw this in there," and we're still not pissed. And I think whoever is trying to rage bait us, whatever psyops that's beating the fuck out of us in the gender wars in our community, I think they're trying to rage bait us into the race. And I think most blacks are kind of like over the whole race conversation. Like, pay me what you owe.
You know, it was funny. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I ain't gonna say your brother's name, but and we were talking. I was telling him like one of the issues, one of the what's the little seesaw?
Yeah.
So there's issues you have by not being married to a black woman, right? Certain things I have to explain, certain things we have to talk about, right? The other side of that seesaw is we don't have race wars in our house at all. Never. We never do. I think the last argument we ever had was about feminism. And I'll just kindly explain how I think that's white supremacy wrapped up in whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't. It's at the end of the pot.
Yeah, it is the end of the pie. But all those that is true.
So we had that conversation, but we never discussed race wars. Like the conversations that I would have if there was a black woman in my home, we don't never have. And honestly, I don't know the last time I had a headache. I'm just be real with you, right? I should have asked you, should I have said this?
The ass would have been no.
So I'm just saying, it's just certain conversations. Now, I'm not telling nobody what they should do, and I'm not putting down black women because, like I said, the other side of the seesaw is certain conversations we have to have that I would never have if a black woman's there. So I say all that to say, when you get there and, yo, I look back at the BET Awards and I say, if y'all wasn't trying to throw in our face, you know what? Bump that. I'm not even going to tell you how the BET Awards threw up in our face, even with the all-woman cast doing it for Usher, how this was an all-women's. We're trying to push women, and we're going to make it known that, yo, we bleeping out Usher talking about his father, and we're going to say it's due to cursing.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it was kind of obvious.
It was so obvious with Kamala and all that shit. This shit was so obvious.
So you threw OJ in there. I know it's rage bait.
But look, here's my thing. I'm going to push back. I'm tired of black men not calling the shit out. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's so easy to kick our back in when nobody's saying, hey, I just want to let y'all know if this was anybody else.
Solid point.
We wouldn't be saying it. And because, let me tell you something. Yeah. And I commend women. You got to learn something about women. This is me making up for the comments I made 30 seconds ago. It took all of them banding together to say, yo, no. Before people's like, all right, let's listen, let's hear it out, let's make changes. It took all of them coming together. So black men just ignoring getting punched in the face, that's cool. But my problem is like now it's just becoming easier. Now I think the tide is going to turn because all of these people that don't have a man in the house who are producing black boys who are single moms, they're going to notice that their sons are the ones now getting punched in the face. And it's like, yo, it's going to be too late then. It's going to be 3 generations too late.
Yeah, but I think, so I think black men, it's not that black men are non-confrontational. I just think that we understand that we're too divided to try to show up, right? Like if you show up, like if we're all together and we all show up and then, one group break ranks, right? Well, now your flank is exposed. And I think the black men are just like, yo, like, we're tired of having to fight everybody, right? Like when you get to the end, it's like 4 motherfuckers left. Yeah. And they don't won, right? But it's like, yo, man, like I don't ever want to do this again. Yeah. Right. And I think after you went through emancipation, I think once you went through the civil rights movement, and then once you went through like, dealing with candy, coke, and getting black boys into college, because like black males graduating from college, that rate did not turn until 2006 or 2007, right? So I really, really think that it's just one of those things where it's like, yo, it's one of the things that I learned that in dating is, part of choosing your own battles or picking the right battle is being able to ignore a lot, right? And I think that's where we at, right? So like to your point, I think we know that throwing OJ in was rage bait because we know that was not a group of heterosexual married black men that came up with that segment. No, that we know it like that from the whole show. We know that that's not what happened there, right? So for them to throw that guy in there, it was rage bait. And I think collectively we were just like, I just don't have the energy.
Yeah.
So I see what you said, but like, what will it take for us to unify so we can, to your point, like the women do, be able to call this stuff out so we can at least just swing the pendulum back to the middle?
Yeah. I think it's going to start with, yo, this is our group. We don't associate with them niggas. And I think that's something that black men we got to come to a meeting. I don't know, Million Man March. I don't know. Dr. Umar set it up. Who knows?
But how do we get the men, like how do you get terrible men to get on board with good men, right? Because women have that. A woman can have 4 baby daddies and be on Section 8, and she'll be on the same thing that a woman that have a PhD on.
Yeah,
right?
they be at the same girl boss brunch.
Yeah, they at the same, and it's like they'll be on. But when it comes to men, we're not like that.
Facts. I think it's going. You know what it is? We gotta get back to mentoring. I know it sounds crazy. It don't sound crazy. Niggas just don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to find the time, unless you just want to deal with what's coming. We got to get back to mentoring.
Yeah.
You got to get back to helping kids that's not your kids. When I say it like that, like me and you grew up in the church.
Yeah.
We listen to other men at the church who was saying, hey, bro, you not doing this right.
Yeah.
We don't think about just church in general.
But now, I mean, so many of these boys that got their granddaddy last name instead of their daddy last name.
Facts.
They don't listen to men, right? Like when you say like, hey man, you need on Twitter this weekend, right? You know, talking to a young brother, being like, hey man, like yo, like you need to clean this up a little bit, right? Like you were doing great, you're spiraling right now, right? And he's like, you don't tell me what to do. And it's like, bro, like I'm saying this out of care. Like, I'm not saying this out of like, fuck you. I'm saying this like, yo, you was on the right track. You're on the wrong track, bro. Get back to where you at. But I mean, these boys that are not raised by their dads, they don't want to come together and say, all right, man, let me listen to you. Let me understand what hierarchy looks like, right? Let me understand that when somebody's better than me at something, that I need to let that person be in charge. And I'm supposed to support them. Yeah,
I really think we gotta get back to mentoring. I know it sounds crazy. It makes me think about, like, I haven't checked in with my homeboy, my mentee that I did with the photography joint. Like, I gotta check in with him. You know what I'm saying? It starts there. Like, it starts with me telling him, hey man, you gotta be careful this girl at school that you like. And I just saw her picture on his Instagram and I was just like, oh, he got one. She about to turn his world out. And then he found out she was cheating on him because he wasn't giving it up.
I mean, it's gonna happen, bro. Like, but somebody got to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, somebody got to let you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot, and it takes, you know, it is teaching that hierarchy. It's gonna take some giving back. It's gonna take some, yo, let me go volunteer in these streets. It's gonna take some, let me go speak at schools. When the last time that, no matter what you do, you go to a high school and say, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go speak to the business class. To let them know,
I haven't done it. So I mean, to your point, it doesn't happen anymore.
It's going to take that.
Yeah.
You know, I did a program where we was talking about scholarships with YBLA. Like, I be in there and them kids, they be talking to me about college. And I'm like, look, this is what this shit gonna look like. I love the meme that's floating around, like 8 a.m. in high school is not 8 a.m. in college. Like, those are two different times. Yeah, it feels different. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take that, because if you don't, like, the dudes who are shitty men now, they not finna change. And men, it's easier for men to understand that the shitty women ain't gonna change. You got 25 years, 30 years, 35 years of them being shitty or thinking their way of life is correct. That there's no need of changing them. Same thing with the dudes, right? But if you get these boys when they 13, they 12, they 10, and you can guide them until they 18, and you just helping, because you know what I'm saying? And it's really just helping. It's gonna take something. It's gonna take some changes, man. It really is. That's me and Mike's as the deacon of the church. That's our church announcements. What you got planned this weekend?
I don't know, man. Not nothing too
mentoring? Nope.
Not yet. Maybe I get to it, man. Once we get to the point where, you know, the pod is sustained and everything, we'll get out here these mentoring streets, man. I do not mind letting people know, like, of my mistakes. Like, some of the best advice I've ever gotten has been guys let me know that, like, hey dude, I did it the way that you're about to do it, and this is how it turned out. And then, you know, hey, if you want that, go for it. And you be like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want that.
Hey, because if you don't get out here, they're gonna be running these pranks at these dudes at Walmart trying to steal their food. And the old man said, what? Yo, come over here.
I'm too tired, bro.
I'm about to raise up on you.
I'm too tired.
And you're gonna get killed on camera.
I feel threatened.
And you know what? That makes me so. I was texting y'all about that. One of these dudes got to die on camera. I'm sorry to say, one of these pranksters has to die on camera
Honestly,
for this shit to stop.
Honestly, I think it'll start changing. I don't think anybody needs to die. I think what we need though, what we really need is, so you remember, like, you probably don't remember because Uncle Luke was like 89, 93. But like Uncle Luke basically made
Mike love age shaming me.
I don't mean to. I'd be like, yo, you don't, because I could barely listen to Uncle Luke. Like I would have got in trouble. So I know
Facts.
you would have got in trouble.
Facts.
So anyway, like, but you know that was a pivotal time in music, civil rights, right? Believe it or not, Luke Campbell, right? So that era kind of created where it was like, yo, you have to label music, right? And then that kind of moved over into video games with like Grand Theft Auto. Like once Rockstar came out, it moved over to video game. On social media, at some point, they're going to have to, like, before you post a video, you're going to have to be able to label it as, is this a skit?
Facts.
So when if they just do that one thing, I think it would clean social media up so much, because people will start being able to look at a video and be like, okay, this is a skit and we can talk about this as if it's a hypothetical, right? Versus discussing it as if it's actually happening. Because some of the stuff we know don't happen, but some of it we're like I don't know, right? Yeah. Like when you have like Lil Durk son shot his stepfather, right? Right? Like social media has gotten to the point to whereas you'll see something like that and you'll be unsure is it true? Real.
Yeah.
Or is it a skit?
Facts.
So it's like I think if social media, if all the companies just decided like, hey, if you post something and you say it's real and we find out it's a skit, we're banning your account, we're keeping all your money. You can never get back on social media on our platform again.
It might go there because right now what they're doing with photography is they can label it as AI. They give you the option to label it. And it's because in photography, it's a lot of Photoshop is an AI program. I don't want nobody to get it confused. Overall, it's an AI program. It's an AI program. Yeah. All right. It's in so you got to think, I've been using AI on my photos for the last 10 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 15 years. Matter of fact, since I started taking pictures 17 years ago. So since then, right? Yeah. But think about it like this. I wasn't changing nobody's body. It wasn't changing no background. I wasn't adding tits to a chick who was flat chest, in which I've seen all of this, right? So I say all that to say, now it's getting to the point of, yo, now when people are changing the background, people are literally taking pictures in their living room and making it look like they in Bali.
Yeah, and it's like, and at that point, it's not photography anymore, right?
No, it's AI.
It's a lie.
So I think we're getting to the point where it's like, all right, bro, you got to label this as a lie.
Yeah, you got to label. You got to let us know that this is a skit, and I think that alone will clean up the majority of social media.
At least Elon got that right with the community notes.
Yeah, but it's like it gotta be better than that. Like, it needs to be tagged in a video. Like, yo, this right here, this is a skit. But I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's all I got, man. Look, I ain't doing nothing this weekend. I don't think I'll be in Atlanta next weekend. Y'all hit me up. I'm going to a mentorship. Actually, I'm going to a mentoring thing. It's gonna be super cool.
That's why Gavin threw that in there.
Well, I'm paying her, so. Good money too.
Matter
of fact, I sold one of my cameras to go.
Woo! That's dedication and commitment right there.
Hell yeah! I still got to get one more camera for the pod. Hey, if y'all want to donate to the pod, let us know, man. Anyway, man, I want to thank y'all for listening, tuning in. Cam, I'm sorry, brother. You will not be going to Bali or wherever we going, to Rio. Wherever we going?
Where y'all going? Y'all going out to Colombia?
I can tell y'all, Mike.
All right.
Mike trying to blow up the spot. God dang it, man. Anyway, and with that, we're going to holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.